Your Hand, Part 2 by Lonnie Smith.
WB, what is up?
My friend, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. So good to have you. Right now we are in a segment called 45s at 33, where at least once a stream we listen to a 45 at 33.
You can only go so far strumming a guitar. You eventually make sounds that don't exist yet.
The value of creating your own instrument is that it's deeply personal and it's specific to you as the musician, you as the builder, you as the artist.
On any given night, you may have people with some circuit bent instruments, you may have some people with some modular synthesizers, you may hear some of the chiptune stuff. Sometimes there'll be a noise night and guys have, effects pedals sprawled out on the floor.
It's like you going in there, you creating something out of nothing.
What we're showing people is empowerment.
The obsession with circuit bending and experimentation where you really can't control things. You have to go with chance.
And I think when people go to experimental music shows, the types of people that come to them, they're looking to have a unique experience. And if you miss that show, that was your one opportunity to see that show.
The live shows are designed to be experienced and to be shared and to be personal.
I feel like there is something unique to Los Angeles. There are all these artists, there are these people making things, and there's this really collaborative spirit. Like, I do this thing, you do this cool thing, oh, we should do this thing together, maybe your thing could be part of my thing. I think that that's what the audiovisual stuff is a result of. People are interested in each other and combining forces.
It's just really special to be a part of a community that is really interested in the creative output and not some sort of materialistic aesthetic.
Circuit bending is unique and outside the box, and I feel like the people that come to the events are just that, unique and outside the box.
Stuff that goes a little bit against the grain, like I enjoy that.
It's a particularly tough time for experimental music right now in LA. I mean, there's so much great stuff going on.
More than ever, it's important for us to have safe spaces for artists, creators, thinkers, activists.
People are making their own instruments, people are creating their own events, and people are really trying to create their own society.
I don't really know if we're going the right direction.
Is this event we're going to, does it sound like Oasis or something?
No, not at all. It's not Oasis. It's gonna be like weird noise.
A noise show is like monster truck racing. People come there to see all the gear. You know you're at a noise show when you smell like burnt speakers and you hear like a electrical hum. So it's a very kind of visceral experience.
It's a drug-like experience. For me, a good harsh noise wall set is like being in the K-hole. And I don't have to do ketamine anymore. I can just go to a noise show.
I need to feel I feel a need. If I don't go to a noise show for a while, I start to get irritable and frustrated, and I'm like reset. Like it's like getting a deep tissue massage, or I don't know, having some kind of transformative experience.
You have to know where to look for these shows and events, and that kind of keeps it a little closed off to the outside world. But I mean, I feel like that's what makes this scene special. It's not mainstream. You have to dig where you find something and it's your own.
I kind of like downtown LA. It's like the belly of the beast. It's surrounded by all these huge corporations and banks and cars and homeless people on the side of it. It's just like when you zoom into it closer, there's all these problems, but it's in a city that reflects glamour. And like LA.
We're a minute away. I don't know why it has to be in this area, but oh well.
A lot of times the experimental venues have to be kind of low profile, so they can't really have a huge number of people turning out. If the police show up and cite them for a zoning violation or whatever, it'll put them out of commission.
This place looks sketch.
You end up with venues that are in industrial or rundown parts of town, not necessarily the safest parts of town. And still, you'll get dozens of people that show up and hang out and listen to crazy, crazy stuff.
This is the King Hing Cinema in Chinatown, and it's been deserted for over a decade.
When we heard that we were going to have this space, we were really excited because this is going to be an opportunity where we will be able to spread out and do everything that we like to do. That's environmentally sensitive because there are sensors. So it's like a mixer, you can the closer you get, it's like infrared rangefinders. My name is Jeff Boynton, and
I've been circuit bending for 12 years.
I had seen an article online, an interview with Reed Ghazala, the inventor of circuit bending. And the thing that struck me right away is that I don't have to know about electronics. I can do this. And within 10 minutes of hearing about circuit bending and reading about it, I was actually circuit bending. As I spent more years learning about electronics and how to actually execute ideas that I had, I was more able to create multimedia performances. I have an interface that I designed called the Perplexy Feely. So you touch these things, and you're affecting the circuit, and you're making the circuit sing. That may never happen again, but I've actually taken these things and composed pieces based on ideas that the instrument came up with. But it's like I made the instrument. I consider circuit bending almost like a composing process, because you stir up all this randomness and you get these electrons going every which way, and then as it rains down, it distills. You distill what you like out of it. Total control is not important. It's just to be able to move around and feel how you're affecting the sound.
Oh, I like that one. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go.
That is like one of the best things that ever happened to me. Legitly.
I heard this place is gonna get demolished. Sad, but I guess that's part of life. I just moved to LA and I was searching for something new and inspiring and different. I majored in photojournalism and I followed a lot of bands and documented a lot of musicians. I was having coffee with a friend and they mentioned noise and circuit bending, and I was just like, what is that? And I was just really curious about it, and they said that they were going to go see a show of his friend Pulsating Cis at this space called Mata. I didn't really know what I was going to discover.
My buddy Jeff, we worked on a shoot today and he was doing this, so I tagged along. Like a noise show at an art gallery, like, it's so LA. That's like why I moved out here. It's perfect.
Mata was the center of noise. There's been experimental venues, but I think Mata, like, it was first and only noise.
This is my first solo show in public.
I always wanted, since I was a teenager, making noise music. Noise music has this richness of the texture that you can't really achieve in any other form of music. The instrument I'm using is called Banetec. I made it. I remember when I was riding bicycle at night and then I passed by this enclosure for the fluorescent light. It was perfect for me to make this instrument. Made out from VHS head with a window open handle. And then I added string for reverb, and turns out making a beautiful high-pitched metallic noise. I'm getting inspiration from yokai. Yokai is Japanese ghost or monster that shows up in ancient history, like many Japanese folklore. When I do have a show, I pick one yokai for that night. And that yokai tells me what kind of sound they want. This idea of yokai is actually making me to be physical because they want to coming out. It's almost like possession. Yokai possess me and then they want to express themselves. I was playing this yokai called Nikusui. Nikusui is fresh sucker, like a meat sucker. They suck the meat. I was hearing that voice that I should make something sucking noise and meaty.
You don't have to stay within the main vein of music. Like you know, you can have a rhythm to it, or just not at all. It's just a soundscape. It's just, you know, you don't have to have a dance party.
You were gonna go to like a different show.
I was gonna go to a show tonight that had guitars at it, but it also would have been maybe even uninspiring to see things. And I prefer to enjoy something that's not a guitar, to take that back into guitar. And watching people use non-instruments is very helpful to get your brain somewhere different and unique.
Across this video online that was about a pulsating cyst. I thought that would be a good name.
And there's like a sold out Adele show like right down the street, and we're like 10 of us are just like getting off on this crazy noise music, circuit bending just down the street with this guy in like a squid costume.
I think I'm still having a seizure.
There's people who get told about these events and they're kind of unsure, and then they finally go and they begin to believe in it, and then they talk about it enthusiastically to other people and they spread the word.
The first time I went, I thought this was like the coolest thing ever. I just was like completely hooked. I wanted to continue going down the rabbit hole and finding out more and more about the scene and this culture of these circuit benders and noisemakers.
So the X player is like a circuit bent CD player. I took, you know, a cheap CD player that had a skip buffer, and it also has a black light in it. And then I have an FM transmitter hooked up to it, so it's wireless. There is definitely a romantic attraction to consoles and knobs and flashing lights and control surfaces.
The box that I'm playing is called an Atari Punk console. This particular design has been a little bit modified. It's enclosed in a 3D printed plastic housing that I made on my printer, which is something I want to do more of. Like, I would love to have the whole pulsating cyst rig be like veins and weird growths on it, that instead of like, you know, the usual buttons and knobs.
Everything about him is kind of quirky. He's kind of like a creative maniac. He likes to collect stuff and I like to throw stuff away. He has like all sorts of antiquated audio equipment, which is great for his noise projects, but it's just like a real estate war.
I haven't really gotten all this stuff hooked up yet, but under this quilted blanket is a 32-channel mixer.
Even though noise sounds noisy, it has to adhere to specific rules in order to be noise, you know, because as a human being, you want to create structure in your music, and just the very act of like fighting that structure is a structure. Adrian just has like a really strict set idea of how to do that.
What I'm doing right now to get ready for this show, which is a much bigger show than I normally do, I'm doing an equipment inventory to make sure that I've got all the gear. I'll be going overboard because there's all the additional like video projections that we're planning on doing.
Igor Amokian is going to be DJing.
Okay.
And we will have, we can have visuals.
Right.
And obviously, there's going to be a shit ton of projectors.
Right.
The visual sampler P10,
Okay.
which basically like has a bank of video loops. It doesn't have a huge amount of control.
What you can do is you can hook up a controller to it with some knobs, and you can actually scrub the clip.
Don't know anything about this thing.
Oh shit, you got one of these. That's good. The show that's coming up, we have a few things we got to work on as far as the video structure goes. Like my part is hacking together some video device which is going to be triggered by the audio to almost create the motion that things are spinning around you. To make them spin, so everyone's like, oh my god, I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
This may create a beautiful epileptic seizure for someone, but it's a pretty fun trick to do.
When you're switching between them, there shouldn't be a flicker.
We can just program this chip to handle all the commands. If we jump it from here to here, we should be good because we have the breakout here. Okay, and I guess if we do this, program this right, we should be able to get the LEDs to synchronize with the switching.
Well, hopefully this would let us put, have it sending out the serial messages using a button interface.
There's going to be 4 projectors, and each one is going to take a feed differently and just shift it to the different output. This is a full matrix.
Yeah.
So then we should be able to get every function literally into this, so you can do the tempo tap.
Yeah.
So that means we want them to bounce to the beat, right?
Well, there's not going to be a lot of beats, but it's still, that would be,
theoretically,
that would be a nice,
whatever the beat is.
Yeah.
Audio is the main root of everything, and then basically all the different switching and different protocols, they all follow this audio.
The goal here is to have as much shit going on at one time as possible.
I'm also organizing it, booking the venue, and getting all the acts and promoting. There's going to be several people working on the video aspect of this at a time.
I know. It's crazy. It's going to be a cool show tonight.
What are you doing tonight here?
I'm recording the show. Live television, kinda.
I love video editing, but for experimental half hour, I think it's better when it's completely live. When you start editing in post, I think people get nitpicky about things or like watching the same cut over and over again. That's not what our show is really about. It's like more about just like capturing the current artists that are performing at that moment in time.
Compared to like these bigger rock and roll bands that need like tour buses and carts and trailers just to bring all their gear in. A lot of these artists bring everything that they're going to be performing with in their suitcase. It opens up and it's all these like circuit bent equipment, and they're all like customized So when you see these suitcases, it's like an extension of themselves.
What we're trying to accomplish is to be able to switch using patterns. So we're going to have this array of 8 video projectors. I'll be really curious to see like how fast this thing can switch.
I came here a little early because I volunteer here. I don't know if they need any extra help. So for the past 2 events, we've had like 200 people, which is about capacity. So I don't know about tonight.
I know Adrian has, his label have a good core of people that come out to the shows. That'll be a decent turnout, but if there isn't, it's not even about that, it's about getting a bunch of people together and just doing this crazy art.
Bandito Overlord started off as a film that I went on tour with and performed the film live. The Bandito is this sort of psychotic Western figure, and you see him throughout the film, and live I'm dressed as this character using the same sort of costume. And during the 6 months I was filming, I was dressing like that character every day and sort of turned into this weird cowboy.
It's a sound clash, mind bending show. It's going to be for the brain a rewiring because it's going to be a lot of weird sounds, bass, mids, highs, and not your typical music as we know as music.
It's really cool to see the different types of merch. They make their own cassette tapes, hand labels, one-of-a-kind pieces. It's definitely DIY.
Rubber Rose Cement sort of have a reputation for their live shows being kind of aggressive and dangerous in that Rux, as a performer, he's got this like 6-foot-long piece of aluminum that's a bass guitar, and he swings it around like a propeller and throws it on the floor and bumps into equipment and runs into the crowd. I've seen him play many times, and it always seems like, something's going to happen.
He had that costume on where he can't even see anything, almost knocking over like 2 projectors.
There was one show where somebody got sort of slapped in the face with the telephone cords hanging off of it, and he almost got in a fight with the guy's wife. What we were trying to do last night was incredibly ambitious with the amount of gear and collaboration. It was all sort of by the seat of our pants. And even though a lot of the things that we planned to do didn't happen the way that we wanted them to, you know, it was still a really good event. And I think a lot of people had a really, you know, positive reaction to it and want to see that kind of involvement.
And the color, saturation, all of this, it's totally dope.
It was like a whole day's worth of work just to set up for one show and then break it all down. Right after that show, that's when we decided to look for a space because we were there until like almost 4 in the morning, breaking down.
It's a very physically exhausting process. I just get really enthusiastic about throwing everything in, including the kitchen sink, and much to my own demise. Everything that needed to work worked, so it was all good.
bit. Mic check 1, 2. Hello. Mic check. Mic check 1, 2. Mic. Hello. check.
Hey ho, hey! It's Italian style. Oh fuck, my hey!
Microphone check.
Yeah, some Italian check.
We in the stream.
So just wait.
Yes, it only works if Anarchy's muted.
And the glitch goes on, 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 and the glitch goes on. Hey, is anybody there? Someone else? Saying something stupid like me?
Say something stupid like me.
This is just a microphone. This is just a karaoke mic. I just carried it. I can just go right in with the microphone and start talking over the noise. This noise can't even hold me down. I'm just micing right in. I'm just straight mic'd to the noise line. You can't even hear the noise. I'm micing so loud.
Who's coming in now?
Shh. You can't even hear me. Can you hear me now? We're talking. No, you don't hear it. You don't hear anarchy. ready to make some noise?
Something softer, something softer. It's 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 something softer. Come here!
This is Noise Chat. We're chatting about noise. This is chaos. Chaos with anarchy and coffee in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. And not fucking around. This is for chaos all the time. There's more chaos than there is time. Time is the illusion. Chaos is the palate cleanser. No, we don't affiliate. We don't give money to the man. We do this for free. Free noise is all free, 100% not charging for this service. Free service on Twitch. Spreading the noise. Give noise to the people for free. Empower the motherfuckers. Make them making their own fucking noise. And then every motherfucker's making goddamn fucking noise. And then I'm happy as a motherfucker. I'm paid in noise. I fucking reap what I sow. I'm sowing noise. I got the seeds of noise. And we're getting the motherfuckers down in the fucking soil. And we're gonna fucking pour rain on that motherfucking shit. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow a motherfucking noise tree, motherfuckers. It's gonna have so many motherfucking branches. Every branch is gonna reach onward and sprout new branches. Every wave in the pond is going to hit the edge of the pond and come back and reverberate. And it's gonna be noise, motherfucking insanity washing over us all. Clean that motherfucking bullshit away, cause it's noise ripple motherfucking branch time. What's going on here? We're gonna grow roots. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna go deep down. Deep, deep down the fucking noise dirt. We're gonna What's up, y'all? And we'll be right back. Mondays. Mega Man Mode. Alright. We're gonna do this every goddamn Monday till the cows come home. Baby cow call.
Are you wicked or what? 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 Or you invite me in a rugged lunch. Or you invite me in a rugged lunch. Or you invite me in a rugged lunch.
Shout out.
in my bottom. Bald and skinny. Say nothing. It's climbing.
Portland, Oregon hosted noise shows at a venue called HP Lovecraft. Completely HP Lovecraft themed inside, very surreal experience. Not really triflers. This has been a fantastic experience today. We broke new ground. Twitch Noise Mondays. In just a little while, we'll be shipping off. Departing. We will be going on one final air ride. Antler Jones Airlines will be transporting questionable content. We'll be showering in the showers. We will make some noise. Antler Jones will be departing the train. This will be the last voyage for a while now. Antler's moving away, detaching from the grid, going off grid, going to live on the islands for a while. Soon we hope to coax Antler back in to the fold. You gotta come back to the mainland for supplies once in a while. Oh, they closed it because HP's openly racist opinions. I didn't know there was any drama about the club. I never actually got to attend one of the experimental evenings there, but it did sound like they were We're gonna have a whole day's worth of noise train here for you. We're gonna be sending you off to Antler Jones at the top of the hour. But you just sit right there. We'll keep you rating. We'll keep you rating hard, chatting hard all day long. All day long, we got your free noise entertainment right here. Live audio visuals, live what the fuck is going on, live broken shit with a bunch of technical ass difficulties and problems of unforeseen internet failures and other technologically disadvanced. We will find dissonance in the noise. We will enjoy ourselves. This will be a monumental day. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to the end. It's a long, long day. We got us a show here for you. After Antler Jones, we'll be hitting up tomorrow, Mr. D. Morrow. After that, we'll be hitting up always a crowd for our antithesis. 2 p.m. Pacific time. Peach House, Munt Cascade, VJ Pussycat, Tandem, Duo Stream. The dualism is separated by a thin membrane wall on Twitch. Dodo the Wizard after that. Dodo's got some records, some tape reels, some DL4 action, some loops, some 505 maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we get into. 60% of the time. It works every time. Loopsy the Clown, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. It's almost lunchtime. Hope you're doing some clown juice. Let's see, we got after Dedo the Wizard, Elijah and Paroxysm. We got just tons of noise lined up today. It does not stop there. Toto Robin cabooses the train. It's there's a lot of action here. I wanna give a shout out to Arkema coming in here with the raid this morning. Ryota got the train started there in Japan. It's been a good Monday. Thanks for coming along for some copy, some chaos. We're gonna stall for another couple of minutes because it's not time to fly out. We're gonna make sure our bags are checked. Make sure our boarded our passes. We've checked in, early check-in time. This is all very, very routine. We travel these airways every Monday. This will be our very last trip with Antler Jones. We'll be looking for some new streamers to occupy that territory here next week and possibly for beyond weeks to come. But yeah, I'm gonna throw a link to the Discord. Please join us. We do what you. We'd like to see what you do. Post it in the Discord. Check and make sure that link, yeah, it's working. We're gonna make sure that we also mention that today's show has been brought to you by Munt Cascade. Thank you, Munt Cascade, for organizing today's glorious event. All day long of noise. We know that you're an expert herder of cats. We get in the line when we're told to. We make noise, ritual noise, every Monday. Thanks Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you gals. Appreciate you non-binaries. We got so much good noise happening today. Everybody can follow us. If you don't make it in the raid, this is very important. You gotta self-raid. You gotta self-raid, you motherfuckers. You're self-managers. I know you guys can do this. Everybody's got the ability to self-fucking raid, because Twitch be twitchy. But let me see. We're gonna try the real raid. We're gonna try actually twitching this raid. Of course, if you don't make it, follow the link. I got it in chat. If you don't make it into the raid, self-raid. Do a little self-care. Shout out to so good. It's been good. It's been really, really good. Let's slow it on. Alright, we got coffee brewing. More chaos ensuing. Happy Noise Monday, everybody.